The following video is the first in a series where we show you how to make a no-cook meal, which is a meal without using electricity. We hope you enjoy. Hello everyone, Taryn Barney with the Glasgow Electric Plant Board, and today I have a very special guest with me, Miss LaToya Drake. And today we're going to discuss a no-cook snack. In the last video I referenced this a little bit, and today LaToya is going to help us out with that.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm LaToya Drake, you guys' Barron County Cooperative Extension Service Agent for Family and Consumer Sciences. So what that means is I get to focus on food. So I'm excited to talk to you guys today about apples, because apples, October is National Apple Month, and this might not air in October, but we know in Kentucky, apples are in season from summer until late December. So these are great fruits, just great cook fruits. They are just, fast foods that come in their own wrapper that's edible. I really like the edible wrapper of an apple because it adds fiber into our diet, and that fiber and that bulk, Taryn, is going to help us with processing that, right?
Absolutely.
And we won't go into the details too much about processing, but we definitely want to keep the skins on our apples to get that fiber in our diet. Do you know in the United States, Taryn, there are 2,500 apple species that will grow in our country?
I did not know that. I thought there was like Granny Smith, Red Delicious. Yeah,
those are a few apples, and many of those types grow in Kentucky. But there's 2,500 will grow in the United States, and I'm sure across the world that's even more. 2/3 of folks in the United States say that the apple is their favorite vegetable or fruit for snacking. And that's probably because it comes in its own wrapper like we discussed. Also a medium-sized apple, and that's going to be an apple that's about 2 inches in diameter to 2.5 inches in diameter, is going to be about 80 calories.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
Right?
Yeah.
Apples don't have much sodium. They don't have cholesterol. They don't have saturated fat. So they're going to be really important for keeping you healthy, and they're just really compact, and you can take them places.
Yeah, an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
It
right?
does.
Yeah.
we've got a red apple that was in season. It's a specific fancy kind of red apple that was at our big box store, but you can now find apples at the farmers market too. So you want to check those. You can also find them at roadside markets. Jackson's Orchard is a good place to go. Markets like Denison's. I know at our local farmers market, we don't really have many vendors who are selling apples. So if you do have any apples, you might want to call us and check us out. Absolutely. And get involved. But Taryn, thinking about picking the best apple, you want to look for one that is firm, right? Firm to touch.
Yeah, no
squishy, that does not have any bruising, that does not have any cuts, that just really looks beautiful, because beautiful food is going to taste better. If you do get farm fresh apples and they are a little ugly, that's okay. That's just fine. You might get those cheaper. Cut the ugliness off and they're going to eat just as fine. But general rule, you want to make sure that it doesn't have any decaying spots, any wormholes, anything like that.
Good tips.
Mm-hmm. I made you guys, or I started cutting, if I can get this out, some apples, and I preserved them and prevented them from browning by putting 1 teaspoon of lemon juice with 2 tablespoons of water.
Okay.
And I mixed them on up with some tongs.
So like how long would that keep them from browning?
You could probably keep them in your refrigerator for 3 to 5 days.
Oh, wow.
is what you want to do when you cut up fruit, especially apples. You don't want to keep them any longer than that because they're probably going to turn brown. And if you can get ascorbic acid in your canning section, and you can use that instead of lemon juice or lime juice, but you can use orange juice too, and even pineapple juice if you don't have those juices on hand to keep that browning away on your apples. I cut these apples right before we filmed so they're not too brown, because we're going to make a really fantastic recipe, and you've got a copy and we've got a copy here. It is our nutrition education program, or our food stamp friendly apple nachos recipe. And I say food stamp friendly because our supplemental nutrition assistant program recipes, that is under the same funding source as our food stamps or SNAP benefits.
Okay.
So these recipes are going to be less than $2.25 a serving. Wow. So they're going to be friendly for folks who are struggling with budgets, who are struggling and making needs, are ends meet.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. That's perfect.
It is perfect.
So it's budget friendly and nutritious.
It is budget friendly and nutritious. So I clean these apples and I clean them in cool water before I cut them up. And I rub them under the cool running water. I did not use any detergent or any soaps because you don't want to wash apples in that because it could seep into your apple and that residue could remain on your apple and it could change the flavor of the apple. And you don't want to eat chemicals.
No. Yeah.
You know, they make some cleaners for those and you want to follow the directions from those commercial produce cleaners as directed.
Okay.
You don't want to soak your apples when you're cleaning them because it's a more chance to contaminate, cross-contamination when you soak them.
Gotcha.
So basically, you just want to rinse an apple off and dry it well, clean it with a clean paper towel or a clean towel. Okay?
Perfect.
So this is really a simple recipe that even children could help with, right? So it calls for a blender.
Okay.
But we are considering, we don't want to use any electricity. We're thinking about things that we can eat during peak time, right?
Right. Absolutely.
I am an EPB customer. I work in town where EPB serves us. I want to consider using less electricity at my home because we want to decrease my bill and at work just to be fiscally responsible, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
So we do not have to have a blender for this. And we're going to make our sauce for our nachos. And it includes about a tablespoon of honey that I already put into this. It also includes about 1/4 of a cup of peanut butter.
And the little containers are so easy because that takes away one little step of measuring.
It does, because that's about 1/4 of a cup. And if I don't get it all out, I'll go get a smaller utensil to get that out of there. Because I love the taste of this sauce for this nacho. Yeah. These recipes are common on the internet. This one just uses a different variation and adds some milk.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was interesting. I guess it makes it a little more runnier sauce.
More like a syrup, sort of.
Yeah. This is plain Greek yogurt.
And you said that was about 1/4 of a cup as well?
Maybe a little more.
Okay.
I didn't really measure. We're going to be all right. It's going to be good.
We are the professional chefs that just eyeball everything.
I eyeball everything. I'm not a baker, though, because baking, Taryn, requires actual measuring, and you have to I'm not doing that. So we got some milk. Perfect milk for this recipe would be some of that great Legacy dairy milk that you can pick up at your local Bounty of the Barrens farmers market and across the county. Yeah, it makes it more of a sauce, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm very excited to try this.
I am too, because these nachos are just a great healthy snack.
Yeah.
Look how it whips up. Check that out.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I like that, and I like the smell of it.
Yeah, it smells really good in here.
If you're allergic to peanut butter, you could do this recipe with an almond butter. You could do this recipe with a sunflower butter. You could use any kind of butter of your liking. But I really like peanut butter, so much so.
Well, and I know in some of the meals that the kids got over the summer also had little peanut butter packets.
Okay, were they like just packages?
Yeah, and they were probably about 1/4 of a cup. So
you could add that with some yogurt and have that together.
Absolutely.
So, Taryn, well, I'm going to let you pour that in that bag, and I will put our apples on this wonderful plate. So we've got these wonderful types of apples. In this dish, we use 3 different varieties of apples, including Granny Smith, and then just a variety that it didn't even really have a type on the packaging. I just got it at a big box store. It looked like in-season apples. They're just little small, little tasty apples. And I used different color apples because I'm going to be talking apples all month long, and why not make it pretty? So we're going to spread these sliced apples. I'm going to try not to make a mess, but I will. On to this cute little plate. And Taryn here, she's putting our sauce into a bag, and if you'll get that into a corner, because you're going to cut a corner, Taryn, and then we're going to use that bag to put our topping on our nachos. So there are a few types of varieties of apples that grow, we'll put this somewhere, that grow native to Kentucky. And they include Golden Delicious, Jonathan, Gala apples, and Red Delicious also grow in Kentucky. And you can preserve and prepare apples in a variety of ways. And we have a variety of recipes here at our county extension office, including our plated up Kentucky Proud recipes, like this apple spinach salad recipe. This is really good. And you could make this easily with some of these ingredients. This apple cranberry Waldorf salad recipe. That's a plated up Kentucky Proud recipe. And my favorite, baked apples and sweet potatoes. I really love how this recipe pairs with a grilled pork chop. Ooh. Or a roasted pork chop. It really goes well with that. Other SNAP or food stamp friendly recipes that we have at the office are this crunchy fruit and chicken salad. Ooh. That has apples. So lots of ways.
How do people get those recipes?
Just stop by your county extension service. We have a variety of recipes. We'll let you take a look. We have some in a little spinny display item. We'd love for you to look through them. Also, Plated Up Kentucky Proud has a Facebook page. This one does. And you can check out recipes like this. Kentucky Nutrition Education Program and Barron County Nutrition Education Program. We have a Facebook page for that, and you could reach out to any of these and for these specific recipes and other apple-inspired recipes and no-cook recipes. So I'm just throwing things. We have our sauce.
Yep.
That we have put into a bag. And this is the 1/4 cup of peanut butter, 1/4 cup non-fat Greek yogurt, 2 tablespoons of milk, and a tablespoon of honey. And Taryn has put it in a freezer bag and is going to cut a tip off so we can like spread it across our apples. So thinking about healthy snacking, Taryn, you can cut,
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. This is why I put this here. That looks so pretty. You can cut up apples in advance, like we said, and put them in ascorbic acid, lemon juice, pineapple juice, to preserve them and put them in your refrigerator so you can be ready for nachos at another time or any time, or that you could use these slices and put them on a salad. You can bake things. It's just about being prepared for the peak days and prepared when you don't need to be cooking or don't want to waste that energy or don't want to heat your house up. Having things like this on hand will help you be prepared and are tasty.
Absolutely. So now it's time to try it.
It looks good and smells good.
I am so excited. All right, let's dig in.
Okay, let's dig in.
I'm going to get this piece because it has a lot of that sauce on it. That is so good.
Very good. Try to crunch in y'all's ears.
That is so, so good. The apples are a little tart, but the sauce is very sweet.
Yeah, you could top this with some semi-sweet chocolate chips, some milk chocolate chips, some peanut butter chips, like coconut.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Cranberries, raisins to really give this a really nacho feel. Yeah. Some walnuts or different peanuts would be really great on this.
That would be fantastic. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to LaToya. Remember, you can swing by the extension office to pick up those recipes, and we'll see you next time.